Let's throw... We should throw this Greenwarden out a long time ago, that means. So I don't really want to do that. But we should just hit him with the flinger, right? We don't even need the haste. Woo! Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for taking the time to watch Hello Good Game. We've upgraded our Landfall deck. We're focusing around Omnath, Locus of Creation, and obviously our Genesis Ultimatum. We are going big with Temur. We are splashing the white for Omnath, but that's the only place we're using white. The base of the deck is Temur, and then we're splashing in white for Omnath. And at the end, we're going to talk about some deck upgrades where we maybe make this deck a little bit stronger, a little bit more effective and consistent than it already is. And let me mention that it's already winning at a 70% plus win rate. So this is a slammer. We're going to talk about the deck list, break down all of the cards, their pros, their cons, why were they chosen to be included in the deck. Then we'll break down the strategies, the synergies, talking about the overall encompassing aspect of the deck that you're going to want to focus on, and then some of the smaller interactions between all of the cards as well to help you get there. Then we're going to break down our gameplay footage. Today's footage is a doozy. It's absolutely great. The first deck that we focused on was incredible, but we didn't really have anything to use our resources on, so we got smashed, but now we fixed that problem. So it's absolutely devastating what you can do with all of the resources that Landfall permits you to have. So we'll watch the gameplay footage. We're going to show you how this deck interacts with the rest of the meta. It's simply not enough to know how to run your deck, but you're going to need to know how to engage and interact with the other decks that you're going to come in contact with, because maybe certain decks have counter spells and this and that, and that's something that you're going to learn from playing the deck yourself in the meta. And then maybe I can give you a sneak preview into what's in store for you guys. So with all of that jazz out of the way, if you find any value within the video, go ahead, give me a thumbs up, share it to a friend, and Landfall 2.0 is even more busted than the first one. Lotus Cobra ×4. Obviously, this isn't going anywhere as we upgrade the deck. It's a 2/1 with Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, add 1 mana of any color. 2 copies of Volcanic Geyser. Now this is a new addition to the deck. Instant speed for 2 plus X, so a scaling spell, and we can dump all of our mana. I think we had like 100 plus mana in our opening video here that we did on pre-release day in Landfall 1.0, so check that out if you've not seen it. And this is going to be a way for us to dump all of our mana into direct damage on our opponent, dealing X damage to any target. Onto our 3-drops, we have 4 copies of Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath, a 6/6, and when it enters the battlefield, escape it, sacrifice it unless it's been escaped. Woof, what a day already. Whenever Uro enters the battlefield or attacks, you gain 3 life, draw a card, and you may put an additional land card from your hand into the battlefield. The escape cost is for 2 green and 2 blue from your pool, plus exiling 5 other cards from your graveyard. One of my favorite cards within the deck. Now this is a sleeper. This is a 3/3 with Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, a Kazandu Mammoth gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Seemingly not that powerful. What makes it great is the fact that on the other side of it, as it is an MDFC or a modal faced card, it enters the battlefield tapped as a green mana source. So maybe you don't have the mana to play your Uro. This is going to be great for that, but maybe you do, and you're definitely going to want to play this Mammoth because it gets very, very strong. We've had this Mammoth up to like a 60/60 before, so it is no joke. We have 2 copies of Roiling Regrowth, instant speed. Sacrifice the land, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them into the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. This is a new addition to the deck. It replaced 2 of the Cultivates, which we are still testing with. We're comparing Roiling Regrowth versus the Cultivate. Cultivate sorcery speed, Roiling Regrowth is instant speed, and now that's kind of the nice part here. You do have to sacrifice, which is a bummer, so you're going to need a way to be spending that mana, but I think it might just strictly be better than Cultivate. We're going to have to find out though as we continue to test. Cultivate is the same cost, but sorcery speed, searching your library for up to 2 basic land cards, reveal those cards, put 1 into your battlefield tapped and then the other in your hand, then shuffle your library. Kezal's Fury. This is another sleeper of the deck that combos with the Mammoth so good, but we're going to get into that in a little bit. Kezal's Cliff enters the battlefield tapped, adds a red mana source for you. On the opposing side, an instant for 3, Kezal's Fury. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature. Kezal's Fury deals damage equal to the sacrificed creature's power to any target. That's awesome, and I said we could get him up to a 60-60, so right, you figure it out. 3 copies of Omnath, Locus of the Royal, a legendary creature. That's why we have 3 copies here. A 4/4, and when it enters the battlefield, draw a card. That's just inherently good, that it replaces itself. It also has Landfall, and now this is a doozy. This is a 3-step rehabilitation program. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 4 life if it's the first time this ability has resolved this turn. If it's the second time it's resolved this turn, add 1 mana of every color except for black. If it's the third time it's resolved this turn, Omnath deals 4 damage to each opponent and each planeswalker you don't control. Wow, that's absolutely crazy. We have a single copy of Perforos, Bronze Blooded. This is a 7/6 with Indestructible, and as long as your devotion to red is less than 5, it's not a creature. Other creatures you control have haste, and then we can pay 3 to put a red creature or artifact creature card from your hand into the battlefield, sacrifice it at the beginning of your next end step. A new addition, which will give our creatures haste, and we're going very wide and very big, so that will get the job done there. Of course, we have 4 copies of Ancient Greenwarden. Now, this is another cornerstone of the deck, a 5/7 with reach, and you may play lands from your graveyard. We're going to get into that in a second. If a land entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. And then, of course, we have the World Sculptor, a 5/5. This is just a little bit of spice in the deck, a single copy, but it still works quite well. It's just not as breakable, but still fun to watch it go off. And of course, when it enters the battlefield, you create 4 0/1 plant creature tokens. You create 1 for each basic land you control, not 4. What am I thinking? And then, of course, Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put 4 +1/+1 counters on target plant you control. I guess that's where the 4 came from. So, it's great. You can go really wide with insects because we're playing so much land every turn, and then we're also playing land all the time as well, so those insects will get +4/+4 counters on them all the time. And again, I mentioned that we have haste, so that's great. And we're playing some of these bigger spells, hopefully for free, with our Genesis Ultimatum ×4. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put any number of permanent cards from among them into the battlefield and the rest into your hand. Exile Genesis Ultimatum. These spells are accompanied by 4 Fabled Passages. This is absolutely amazing. Sacrifice it, search your library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield tapped, and shuffle your library. If you control 4 or more lands, it's untapped. 4 Triomes, which is the obviously the Temur Triome, the Ketria Triome. 4 Forests, 2 Mountains, 4 Cragcrown Pathways, and 4 Timber Crown Pathways. This is the Gruul Pathway land. We also have 4 Izzet Pathway lands. This is the red and blue Riverglide and Lava Glide. We also have 2 islands and a single plains for Omnath. So that's the deck list. Let's break down some of the deck's strategies and synergies here. The general strategy, you play your Cobra, you smash down Fabled Passages, you push out Genesis Ultimatum, you flood the field, you keep doing it over and over and over again. You can play all 4 Genesis Ultimatums in a single turn. That's how much mana this deck is able to produce. It's insane. You guys all know the power of Lotus Cobra. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, add 1 mana of any color. First off, this is a stackable ability. You get 2 Cobras, that's doubling. Second off, Fabled Passage is a land. It enters the battlefield. You gain the mana from your Cobra's landfall trigger ability, whatever. And then you sacrifice it, you grab a new land, the Cobra triggers again. So you can really stack up that land, and that's with a single Cobra. If you have 2 Cobras, now we are cooking with gas. Again, it's pretty cool to ramp into an Omnath as well, because then every turn we're going to be basically gaining 4 free mana, 4 free life, dealing 4 free damage. And in a best of 1 meta, there is a little bit of aggro out there existing, so this is a great way to slow them down through Omnath's landfall triggers. So don't be scared if you have the Omnath in your hand to play it. You know what I mean? Obviously, pushing to the Genesis Ultimatum is your primary objective, and I would still probably play Genesis Ultimatum unless I knew I could play more lands after my Omnath. But if all I could do is play my Omnath and then that's it, I'll probably stop there. But Omnath's 4, Ultimatum 7. If we had Omnath and an Uro, right, and then we could play you know, that additional land after Omnath, then maybe that could potentially be good. So it's hard to say whether or not that emergency life gain is going to need to be in play, because, you know, Omnath can give you 4 and then Uro can give you 3 for 7. So there is the chance that you might want to Omnath into an Uro over playing your Genesis Ultimatum, but then again, your Genesis Ultimatum still has a pretty good chance to pull an Omnath and an Uro in that as well. So it's going to be kind of the decision of the deck. That's the big decision that you guys are making. The rest is very, very straightforward. So yeah, that's your general strategy. And then obviously your Ultimatum plays stuff like your Greenwarden, and then that will double all of your Landfall triggers, like your Omnath, like your Lotus Cobra. So you'd be gaining 8 life, dealing 8 damage, and gaining 8 mana, which is excessive. Plus all of your Lotus Cobra mana triggers double as well. So that's pretty gross. So that's the general strategy, is just to overwhelm your opponent. And then by default, we'll be gaining so much mana from that we can just geyser them for lethal. We can also, you know, attack with haste for lethal. We can also, and now this is the next strategy that I want to showcase, because that's the general strategy, but we're talking about how to hit for lethal and win the game. It is the Mammoth. This is a 3/3, gets +2/+2 whenever you play a land. We have the double landfall trigger, so it would get +4/+4, which is Psycho. And again, the Greenwarden is a stackable ability, so, you know, that could double up, triple up, quadruple up if you get that far. And then, you know, this Mammoth is going to get big, huge, and then you're just going to fling it at your opponent. It's not hard to get this Mammoth above 20, and, you know, 3 damage for the Mammoth. You push out a bunch of land, which is very easy to do, especially with the Ultimatum and stuff. And then, you know, maybe you get some attacks in, and if not, you just throw the Mammoth at their face with Kazal's Fury. And that's another great way to smash your opponent in the mouth. And again, we could just attack with haste through all of our insects that we make and our green wardens and everything. That'll still get the job done. We do have a third version of this deck that we've been working on. We're going to get into the upgrades for that deck at the end of the video, so don't forget to watch until then. I think I did a fairly decent job discussing the deck, the strategies, the synergies. Obviously, Cultivate, Roiling Regrowth is just to help us play multiple lands per turn to get all of the triggers to stack. And yeah, that's it. So don't forget to watch to the end so you don't miss out on our next deck idea, how we're going to kind of trim this variant, make it more consistent than it already is with a 70+% win rate, which is pretty cool. We're crushing rank 3 diamond, and we're definitely going to be hitting Mythic with this deck in the next few days. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share to a friend if you found any value within the video or you've been enjoying any content so far on Hello Good Game. If this is your first time checking it out, definitely join our Discord community. We gave away over 120,000 gems last month. We have 350,000 still to give away. So jump in there, you know, check us out on Twitch and all of that jazz as well. Live every morning at 6 a.m. on YouTube at 7 to 7:30. We switch to Twitch for 5 to 8 hours, and then we're back on YouTube at 6 p.m. to close out the day. So thanks for watching, you guys. I really appreciate your time and attention. Enjoy the upgraded Temur Landfall that I've produced for you guys, that again has a little bit of white splashed in for it for Omnath, but you know, we might splash a little bit more white in there. We'll have to wait and see. So thanks for watching. Enjoy today's footage. Cobra's back. Uh-oh. Oh, sorry about that. Uh-oh. We're keeping the land. We have Omnath in this deck as well, which is a lot of fun. Let's start out with this Triome drop. We don't need to cultivate the plains for Omnath as we have the Cobra. Let's get right after it. As far as I'm concerned, Cobra drop that doesn't get removed is a good game. The Goose. Thou shalt watch out. We're playing our Cobra before we drop our land. And we could add 3 to our pool here, which is lots. We're going to cultivate. Plains and a mountain, because I noticed we don't have those yet. Plains goes in. We have 2 more mana, which we actually don't get to use on anything. We can attack for 2 though. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana available next turn. Wow. Let's play Omnath, I guess. We draw an Uro. That'd be so cool if we were able to play it. No attacks here. We don't want to lose any Cobras. All that glitters on the champion. Okay, this is just a classic good play. Hopefully we can go further beyond them, though, in value. Let's see what we get with our Uro. Oof. Big oofs. So Greenwarden's coming in play here. And this will double our land when it enters. So even though it comes in tap, we're still getting 6 mana from it. Plus the 4 from Omnath. Totally fair and playable. We have enough in our grave? No, we do not. We can play the Mammoth, though. If only we had a Genesis in hand. No attacks. And actually, we've kind of burnt ourselves out, in all honesty. Like, this is it. We've emptied our hand. Yes, spectacular, but without utilizing that mana when you generate it, kind of goes nowhere. And again, we do have our ultimatums. We've got the geyser. You know, we're ready to pounce. Essence training, right? We have 27 life though, so they're gonna need to hit us a couple times. And yeah, it's fine. Ooh. So they just need to protect from green, and they get to bash free and clear. We're just gonna draw over top, I guess. Take the hit. They're like, there's some sort of shenanigans here, right? There's not. We're just taking the draw. New Omnath can block. Fabled Passage pushes our graveyard to 4. We will keep that in our hand in case we want to do some shenanigans. Right, we could double trigger Omnath. We're gonna gain 4 life, gain 4 mana. We will block here, hopefully, to push our Omnath into play earlier. Weird situation. Please draw a Genesis Ultimatum. Sentinel's Eyes. This has got Vigilance on it now. Again, 3 in the grave. We could sack some Cobras, that's fine. It's nice, but at a certain time, or at a certain point, what do you do with all of the mana generation? Flying? Now we're talking. No blocks. Woof. Oh, we've got reach. I still think we take it to push into our graveyard. We'll Genesis another out. Oh my gosh, we should have left it. I can't believe we did that. Oh well, it's fine. We're okay. The Genesis should help us. If we can Genesis into another Genesis, that's going to be ideal. I think we've lost connection with our opponent, maybe. I don't know yet. Breaking the servers again. Let's try to reconnect here, see if we can get in. What a life to live. Come on. Don't be scared. It's just a little Genesis Ultimatum. Fair. Balanced. Totally playable. Let's see if we can get into our match. Does not look like it's working very well. Yikes. I think we need to just close the game. Like, I don't think we're connected right now. Even though it's trying to load, I just don't think it's happening, so let's jump back in again. See if it'll load up. I'm sure we've passed our turn by now, which is a bummer. Okay, looks like we're back in the match. We're adding to our Genesis pool now. I'm so sorry, friend. We're not roping you. This is just our poor internet. Many apologies. That's Ultimatum. We get a good pick up there as well. We get our Volcanic Geyser, which is great. No land for the Cobras, though, is the thing, unless Uro pulls one. Negative. We do have Fabled Passage, though, in play still, which is pretty groovy. And, yeah, this is a land as well. I believe we'll need the red source, that means, if we want a Geyser. Push up our insects. Omnath gains us a bunch of mana, which is really going to help. And then we can add a bunch here. We could Uro, but we could also Geyser. They're at 14. We have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We could Geyser for 9 and go pretty dang wide next turn, you know what I mean? We could also fling our 5/5 at them for 3, but that takes our mana away as well. Let's push it, right? Let's just Uro in. I guess we have to get rid of Uro too. Whatever. And then we'll end them next turn, right? We'll give them one more chance to slay us. 30 life, we should be fine. Yes. That's what we're talking about. We do 4 damage here with Omnath, which lessens the legwork of our Volcanic Geyser. And now we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We could cast and hit them for 9. Which is great. And then we still get to hit... Oh, the life gain here. Ooh. Should we just hit their life gain? They'll sack it. To any target. We could cast this for 3, deal 6 damage, right? And then we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to deal another 6. Whoops, sorry. I was just trying to get out of the way so I can select Uro. Never mind. We want to do that to them, and then we want to sacrifice our Uro. Sorry, I was doing that backwards. Got him. Oh, come on. But you see how we could close it out with our Geyser there. And one shot, one kill. Well, this is great. Hopefully it's not mono red again, right? Ooh. Interesting. Nice land drop. Trying to play the passage after our Cobra, of course. Let's play this as our island for Uro if we can get there. We have our finisher in hand. Both of them actually. Fling plus direct damage. Eliminate. Not the Cobra. Well, we're not playing anything for 3, so we may as well just take the turn off. Whoa. Good upset. The Diplomat? Interesting, bro. We need a plains. We just grab it? No, let's take it. Respectfully. We're missing out on our passage, double down. But it's whatever. Taking plains. Omnath in play, drawing a card. Okay, Uro for later. More removal, I can only assume. Yeah, baby. They hit us for 2 and gain 2 life, never mind. Odd. Yeah, it's a really weird situation we're in. Let's Uro. Nice. We'll save that passage. We need more islands is the thing. So we have our 2 forests, we have our 2 mountains. The plains can probably go. I mean, I don't see us top decking another Omnath that we really need. Or we kill a mountain, and then we bring in a mountain and plains, right? Then the passage can bring in our 3rd plains, and then we have all of our mana for our ultimatum, which should get us going. Not an aggro deck, so we were able to survive into the point we ramped there. I don't think Abzan has anything to counter us. Whoop, there it is. El Cobra, El Hasto, and 2 land triggers. That'll take us to, what, 5 available mana? Eliminate on the Cobra. You dirty dog. We could fling it for 2, but I just don't think that matters. And again, 5 mana. It will still not be enough damage. We have enough for Uro? Yeah, let's do Uro. What? I was going to take 2 green and or green. Actually, we wouldn't have been able to do it anyways. Now that I look at that more carefully. Shoot. Let's cycle this. Just getting the mana out of our pool. Javel, interesting. They can put something on our indestructible creature, which is weird. It's a good place for that token to actually exist, if I'm being honest, because it can't be destroyed. So, it's permanent, yeah. So it will get to the token, and it won't be able to put another token on anything else until Bronze Blooded is removed. So that actually basically nullifies the Javel, which is pretty cool. It's our opponent's end step. The connection seems good. Maybe it's on them. Hello. How art thou? We kind of played with this deck on opening day. A little bit of oversight. We got smashed by an Ugin. We could have won if we had haste or some of the other things we included here. We have haste here. We have direct damage. The guys are at instant speed and also at instant speed and a land, which is super helpful. The Kazal's Fury. This looks like El Ropo. Hopefully our opponent can make it back into the game, because I'm very much looking forward to smashing this health away from them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 available mana. Big woofs. Here's the rope. We have the Greenwardens to play. We've got Uro to come back in, right? It should be fine. And they're down to 2 cards. So they would have to be pretty good cards. And it looks like this is probably going to be it. You gotta love those ropes. So this is a great time to join our YouTube membership program or the Twitch Prime shenanigans, right? If you want to go above and beyond, we've got the Patreon as well. Help support the channel, do your part, and keep this content coming. I've been having a blast creating it for you guys for the last 2 years now. It's almost been, so here's to another 2 years, and I'm excited to see just how far we can get by playing Magic every day. I love it. It's great. Such a good game. Even when we get roped, you know what I mean? It's only a couple minutes. It's not that bad. It gives me a moment of time to throw some call to actions at you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share to a friend, and of course, come back and do that every single day. And we are live on YouTube every morning at 6 a.m. Mountain Standard at about 7 to 7:30. We switch over to Twitch, and we're there for 3 to 8 hours, sometimes 10 to 12 potentially if the day goes long enough. And then we're back on YouTube in the evening at 6 p.m. Don't do the time conversions. Again, it's Mountain Standard if you want to, but you can just subscribe and hit the notifications, and then you'll be notified when we go live. Let's get a new match. This is a bad hand, but we're still going to keep it. We pull an Uro, that could be cool. What? Ask and ye shall receive. That's all I have to say. Right? The law of attraction is real, boys and girls. Use it to your advantage. Stone Coil Tickler. That's not going to be very nice. So we play our third land, play our Uro, play another land. So we'll have 2 mana left over and nothing to use it on. Hopefully we pull a secondary snake to dump into that. And then we pull another land and can just ultimatum right away. Don't you fight us? L-Ram through? Yeah. Oof. Oof. People are on to the Cobra meta. Man, what a bummer. Could be worse. Could be worse. We'll get our second Islando. We're at 4, 3 turns away. We have 2 lands in hand. Just need 1 more. Hopefully we top deck a snake or an Uro. Woof. We're gonna get hit hard though, boys. Big money. Ooh. That is interesting. This takes away from our ultimatum, but it could also add to it, right? Because Omnath's 3 mana that we can utilize there. Nice. That's good too. I heart Uro. Right? Wow. Just clutch removal here. So we're further away from our ultimatum now because we played that stupid plains. Not good. They whiff on the pull. Or engrave. We need one more. Pulling arrows off the top help. I'm not gonna lie, that's good. Cobra helps too. Now all we need to do is top deck a land. Right, we have 2 forests, 2 islands. No, it's not even gonna work. We have to top deck the appropriate land, right? Either a mountain, a forest, or an island, either of the 3. And then our Triome can fill the gap, right? Big hits. Watch them still remove our Cobra afterwards. Another whiff. No, they got it here. Now they're selecting something. Believe in the heart of the cards. We do have a 40.1% chance to draw land. There goes our arrows, so that sucks. I'm gonna say thanks for that. I meant to say thanks, but nice is cool too. Cry. I mean, there's nothing much to take. They take the Cobra? That's more threatening than Omnath. I guess. No, they take them both. Nookars for you. This is where it gets weird. In a big way, this gets weird. Big money, big money, big money, big money. That's a lot of land. And it'll trigger Omnath as well. 3 times. We gain 4 life, we deal 4 damage. And we gain 4 mana to the already decent base that we pulled from the snake, which will also trigger a bunch. So Greenwarden, you're in play. We also will have haste, which is pretty cool. And they're fairly tapped, but they have a 6/6. Is the thing that's pretty aggressive there. Maybe we can just do another Genesis and just ride off those. Right? Let's go weird. There's the Greenwarden. There's some land. And this Mammoth is going to get really big, and we'll have haste on it as well. We pulled another Genesis Ultimatum. Stop it! So we need some of these. That's our 3rd Genesis Ultimatum this turn. We get a Fabled Passage. Where's our 4th Genesis Ultimatum? Cobra, whatever. Alright, we need some red, we need some blue, we need some green. Need some blue. I don't even know at this point. Let's play Cobra. We're being greedy. Oh gosh. Our opponent's gonna scoop so hard soon. Oh, they take our arrow. Nice. And now we smash our passage, because that's awesome. Omnath's already triggered a billion times. Let's grab some stuff, I don't even know. We could just bust out this. Do we have enough for 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 11, 6, we could cast for 4, 5 still. No, that won't do it. Let's save this. Let's just regrow now. Oh, do we have lands in deck? I don't know if we do. Shoot. I think we might have just dead cast that. I'm not sure we have basic lands left. We've got one. That's, I guess, equal conversion because of the doubling. We get lost in the mana. Let's throw haste out there before we forget about it. Let's throw... We should throw this Greenwarden out a long time ago, that means. So I don't really want to do that. But we should just hit him with the flinger, right? We don't even need the haste. Oh! We just slayed an Ugin player. Forgot to record it. The saddest moment of recent history. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. We'll get there. We'll get there. To express our frustration, let's hold up the trigger on this Fabled Passage. I'm kidding! We wouldn't do that. So the bummer is we need planes if we're gonna hit Omnath on time. So it's like, what biscuit do we risk it for? Oh, a secondary passage! That's good. I mean, it's bad for the fact that we are not using those on top of our Cobra, right? Big time bum. But they go to the graveyard. We can replay them later with Greenwarden, Ancient or Ancient Greenwarden, whichever. Just taking the draw. Okay. Let's take a forest. We got so lucky with that Fabled Passage. We could have just drawn a general forest as well. Let's play our mountain. You can't pick which side of the cards you play with Uro. You just have to go what's in your hand. Brittle form in play. Our opponent's kind of bricking. This feels bad. We get to draw. There's our second mountains. These both get played as islands. And we build into our ultimatum. Our opponent just needs a counterspell, right? Admittedly, this is a free-to-play deck, and, you know, we're banging out with brand new rares and mythics, so... Sorry? Right? My bad? Yeah, they're already done with it. Sorry. Hello. There we go. Just a quick little poke gets them going. More land. Stormwing's in pretty cheap, nice. Really utilizing what resources they have to their utmost effectiveness. Great strategy to winning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's push to 6. We don't have anything to utilize this Omnath mana on, which is a bummer. And we'll strike for 4. 2 ultimatums in hands. We're gonna pop off without the Cobra. Hopefully, the ultimatums pull a Cobra, and And oh wow, we're getting shocked as well, or what? Yeah, Cobra and a bunch of land, so we can cast our other ultimatum. We get a Cobra, a bunch of land, and a third ultimatum. Right? Oof. There goes our buddy Omnath. We're at 28 life, though, thanks to him, which is nice. It's good sustainability. And what would typically be a crippling hit doesn't actually hit us that badly. I doubt they have a counterspell for 1. We get the Greenwarden, which is nice, and a lot of land, no Cobra. But we're able to play now these passages from our grave. We're not going to sack our Greenwarden. It is instant speed, so we can hold it up, of course, if we do decide to. Ultimatums are so powerful, yeah. They definitely make you have to either end the game before your opponent can get them out, or you need to be running counter spells to deal with them, I feel like. Just shock to the mouth. We have 20 life still. I mean, we're not gonna sack our Greenwarden unless they pull lethal on us, which it doesn't seem to be. So again, we're gonna use our second ultimatum, and we need to find a Cobra, some land, and another ultimatum. Actually, we don't need land. However, it would help, because we have the passage. Just multiple Cobras would be ideal. Omnath is sick, but let's just go for it. Nothing. That's a big whiff. I mean, we do get the other ultimatum in hand, but no Cobras. So we want to save the passages in hand for when the Cobra does hit. Right, this is sad for me. We do have enough to pull an Uro, though. So maybe we will go for it. Actually, no, we can't. We could cast in for 11. And we have reach, so we could just defend with our Greenwarden. I don't think I realized that he had reach last turn. I think I let the attacks just go through. We can block with the Greenwarden, everybody. That has reach. This is specifically good in this deck. We're leaving the Fabled Passage untapped for now. I mean, we could have went in for a green and cultivated, but I don't think there's enough to utilize there. Especially when we do this to them. Saving our Mammoth from destruction here. Right. So that's fun. We could hit them for a fair amount with a double Fury. Right, we have 6 mana available. We could do 5 and then 7 for 12 total, but they've got 4 left then. Let's kill the entity. They were bouncing it to our hand, so let's just take a chunk. Kazal's Fury is one of our new additions to the deck, and it is good. Well, there we go. Okay. A Lofty Denial. Interesting. Huh. Nice. That's their hand, though. We're going to end the game next turn. For 12, 15. That's fine. Let's keep this Fury. We're gonna need that. Big hits. Big hits. No Cobra! Where is this Cobra? We're down to 24 cards in our deck. We've not seen a single Cobra. Alright, we just have game here. What are we missing? We have 2 reds. Oh, we can't do it. We can't cast our second ultimatum. That's such a bummer. Let's just win the game here. We can hit for 7. Actually, 9. And then just easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Easy as that. Yeah, it's a pretty disgusting combo, to be honest. Typically, this would maybe look like a bad hand. It's like, wow, there's 2 land, might not be good. But Mammoth is a land, Fury's a land, plus the Cobras. This is actually quite an excellent hand. I mean, the Sculptor's out of place. This is a one of. It's just like a Spice Ultimatum card. So, don't put too much focus on that. We'll get to it later. We're going to focus on, obviously, playing the Greenwarden first. And this will be the last match of my Temur or 4-color Omnath Mutate deck. Well, I'm calling it Mutate because it's so powerful, LOL. This is a Landfall deck. We're playing against a Mutate deck. I just spoke that into existence, I'm pretty sure. And we have a Fabled Passage to crack for our 4th land. Stop it. On top of 2 Cobras. All right, Warden's in play. Where is our ultimatum? It's a powerful deck. People are gonna really have to start playing Confounded Conundrum and stuff. Let's see if the last broken deck is able to beat us. Oh, they're gonna be doing the Scootate. I get it. Interesting. There it is. So we could go to 1, 2, 3, 4, or we could go to 2. We need these. I want to save the passage for next turn so we can ultimatum, I think. Nothing fancy. I'm pretty sure we can hit for 2. Right? We don't lose our Cobra. Keep in mind, there is that new Rogue that flashes in. It's a 1/1, so that can eat your Cobras for 1 untapped blue mana. Be aware of that. Okay, no Shore Shark. No Shore Shark. We're getting green lights. Let's get there. Don't you target our Cobras. Big hits. Flashing an Octopi? No? Okay. Fury replaces itself, and now, if I'm correct, we have 3. This will be 4, 5, 6, 7. We're adding 2 blue sources here. They could have a counterspell. That would be a bummer. Throwing a forest in play. Yeah, baby. It's Cobra time. We have to make like a Cobra dance. It only makes sense. Let's take a forest here. Let's take another island. And let's try to kick it old school. Is there a counterspell? No, but we whiff so hard. Pulling the cards into our hand is fine, but, you know, it's all about stacking those lands and replaying stuff the same turn. Oof. Let's try to keep throwing down. We'll have 3 mana left. We want to probably play our Mammoth. Let's get rid of the Cliffs. Plains and play for Omnath if we pull it. And again, 3 mana. Probably just playing the Mammoth. Ooh, 4 mana. 5 mana, actually. We're not casting anything with 5. So it doesn't really change the equation. Right? Still just playing our Mammoth. Which we need to start doing earlier. Not that we would utilize it this turn, but... pretty good looking hand for the next turn. I'm not going to sacrifice Cobras here. If we can pull an Ultimatum, that's great. If not, we might be able to make it work, right? Especially if they attack and don't recognize the Mammoth as the true threat that it is. This is like a lot of land for them. And they get to hit as well. They drew. Woof. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess we need to avoid. Nice. That's a double Heron. Plus they're pulling more lands. They got their Ranger's Guile. Nice. This is like Battle of the Value Giants here. Landfall versus Mutate. Let's see if we can get the kill before Sterix hits the field. Our 3rd Greenwarden. I don't know how much I care for that. We'll play it though. Because we have 2 Cobras and we play our Fury as a land, it will trigger 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7, 8 mana from that, I believe. Ooh, even more because it's a passage. This is gonna get weird. We can fling our elephant for massive damage. It also can attack to try to force a weird block on them. Good game. They're not into it. We were going to pop off so hard there. That's Diamond 3, and with a few modifications, this deck is winning games consistently. Alright, so it was a powerful deck. We seen it get obliterated on day 0 with Ugin. Because we didn't have haste, we didn't have anything to utilize all of our mana, and then our opponent just went super big as well. No, we cannot have that. And actually, today, we were able to beat an Ugin who actually Fae have wished with a Clover a Neutralize to counter our Genesis Ultimatum, and then an Ugin to play next turn. We were able to make enough mana to play our Greenwarden, bait out their Neutralize, and then play our Genesis on top of that, and, you know, get the kill in on them before they could play their Ugin through the fling of the Mammoth, which is crazy. So, sorry, Ugin. You're not fast enough. You need to pick up the pace if you're going to compete with Landfall. This deck is absolutely banger. A couple things. I'm going to spill the beans right now, but I want you guys to watch the next video as well. Obviously, if you're here till the end, you probably watch my videos consistently anyways, so you deserve this high priority, top secret information that has been held out on you thus far, and I will showcase in the following days as the deck upgrade. But our haste comes from the Bronze Blooded, and you know what? That's fine and dandy. Our devotion to red's never going to be high enough to get it as a creature, which sucks, but the haste is what we're looking for. You know, it's cost 5, whatever. You know what's better than that? Kenrith. Kenrith has a buttload of abilities, all costing different mana and different color, which isn't a problem because our Lotus Cobra. So, you know, we're talking that it gives haste to everything for 1, right? It gives trample as well. You know, it's giving +1/+1 counters. It's gaining life if we need it. It's drawing us cards if we need it. It's bringing things back from the graveyard, like our Greenwarden, like our Lotus Cobras. So, oof. Big oofs. The new tech for Landfall 3.0 is to drop the Bronze Blooded, throw in some Kenriths. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I think we might even drop Volcanic Geyser, just so we can have multiple Kenriths and we're hitting it very consistently. We are going to fine tune this deck, you guys, in the following days for Landfall 3.0, and it is going to be an absolute banger. So get ready for that. With all that being said, thank you for your time and attention. I really appreciate you. And big shout out to Greyhound and Whippets 2018 for the Twitch Prime. God bless. I hope you're having a great day. What a name, right? But if you want to support the channel, you can do so yourself on Twitch. Twitch Prime's free. That's awesome. That would really help improve my work conditions. And then, you know, there's the tiered memberships on top of that as well. You know, we also have the YouTube membership program, which is great, and then the Patreon as well. If you want to just support me, you know, under the radar, we can do anything you guys want. Obviously, we do have most of the proceeds from the channel going right back into the community. You know, we've got free entry cash prize gem, or free entry cash prize tournaments, Artisan and Brawl. And then we have the gem giveaway and all that jazz. So thank you. You know, lots of you have stepped up and chosen to support me, which I appreciate so much. I cannot even express that, and I'm sure many of you will follow suit. So a big shout out to you guys, and you know, if you can't afford it, I get it. Times are tough. What I appreciate most is your time and attention. That is an invaluable resource that I am eternally grateful for. So thank you kindly. Go have yourselves a magical day, and we'll see you soon for another Magic the Gathering Arena video.